It's a blessed day once again, family. Welcome to Live with Chatufa. We are looking at the mediocrity that ZANU-PF has entered or derailed our country into. It's so shocking and very, very amazing how ZANU-PF is celebrating mediocrity when actually we are seeing development happening in many countries. And what ZANU-PF is calling development in Zimbabwe is something that is really very, very pathetic. We have seen ZANU-PF making quite a lot of noises over things that you can even ask yourself and say, what is this? A 6-kilometer road that Emerson Mnangagwa just started from Mount Hampton going into the city center. It made so much noise as if there was a great achievement that has been done. And this just indicates the desperation that we find ZANU-PF in as we speak right now. So right now, the Mnangagwa government once again celebrates switching a few Harare lights on. And it's so sad that this is this what we are really calling development in our country at this juncture, in this time, in this season, and in this millennium. Father Mahere, the advocate, says lights were invented in 1879. Growing up, having street lights in Harare was a given, regardless of your location. Today, the government is celebrating that it has switched on a few street lights. We need new leaders. Indeed, we need new leaders because because of nothing to say, nothing to show, and nothing to talk about in terms of how the ZANU-PF has developed Zimbabwe. You find that they are making noise over things that are very trivial, issues that you really look at and you say, what is this? Remember now, ZBC continues to say, now even after the summit is over, Harare lights are still on. Imagine, they want to make that an issue to celebrate. I don't know what it is really that Zimbabwean people are supposed to be celebrating on the issues of just lights. Imagine. You remember during the time of the preparations to the SADC, how Varakashi and the propagandists of ZANU-PF were making noise over the issue of the villas. They made so much noise about villas, state-of-the-art villas. This is true leadership, what our leader is doing. Emerson Mnangagwa, our ED Mnangagwa is the best leader in the whole world because he was building villas for the SADC summit and the members of SADC that were coming. But what happened later on, they failed to reach the deadline. They failed to complete those villas with all the monies that had been plowed into that project, which have just gone to the drain, down the drain. And they are quiet about it. They no longer go there. They're actually running with a new idea, running with new noises to make. And you just ask yourself, what really is wrong with us as people and as Zimbabwean people? If we would continue to celebrate a villain like what we are seeing happening in Zimbabwe, this is what is causing us to be where we are today. Because it seems now people don't know anymore what to celebrate. People don't know anymore what to call development. Because Varakashi have caused our development to go so low to the point that the issues that they talk about. You see, Mnangagwa, a whole president coming out to just go and open a borehole for, like, really, that leaves a lot to be desired. You really ask yourself, could this man be doing something else? Can't he find something else that is better as a president to do than to go and open a borehole for that matter? I saw this other day, just 2 days ago, a day or two ago, Mnangagwa going to receive food that was donated from China, bags of, whether it was food or it was maize or rice, I don't remember when. But just imagine a whole president going to receive just some few bags of whatever, whether it was maize or rice that came from China. Would that really warrant to have a whole president going to do that? These are issues that are supposed to be done by ward councillors or maybe MPs, something like that. Not even a minister would need to be doing that. But in Zimbabwe today, it takes a whole president to go and do that. And the level to which Mnangagwa has lowered our standards is just so amazing. It is just so, it's out of this world. And now, where we stand right now, the noises that they make after they do nothing at all is what is causing it. It is causing people to get really tired, because you'll be looking at the things that they are celebrating and you ask yourself, are we still fine? Are we still okay as a country? Do we really have people that are still thinking in Zimbabwe? People that can still sit down and say, guys, what is this? The other time they were celebrating a dust road, just a road that was graded by some graders, and it was still dust road. And they went to open it, that dust road up, and they started dancing and celebrating and calling Mnangagwa the best president ever. Like, and you know what? Whether they are doing it, knowingly, or it is ignorance, we don't know. But whatever it is, it's really making our country to become a laughing stock of the world. We definitely need a new framework of mind as Zimbabwean people. We have quite a lot of people that are corrupted mentally, that really need to go through some orientation. It's people that need to be brought back to the normal life, not what we are seeing happening now. It's so sickening to find that the noises that are made over little things are just so shocking. Just imagine that Mnangagwa will just go and get to a place where he just does something that you can even look at and you say, so what has this done to the country? How has Zimbabwe really benefited from this? But the noises we hear on social media by Varakash. So, if propaganda is going to be used to that level of lowering the standards of the country, and yet you have people that make noise about it, and then you want to call it development, then it's sick. It's very, very sick. Our country is a sick country. It really needs to be healed. Zimbabwe needs to be delivered from whatever demon that is sitting over us. We need new leaders. We need a new mindset. We definitely need to start to think again. If we really need to compete with other nations, and we look at what other countries are doing in terms of development, very huge projects that are being done, and yet they are being opened by mere mayors. A mayor of a town is opening up a very, very big project, multi-million project. It doesn't even need to have the whole head of state coming up with his scarf and gallivanting over it. And that is exactly what we are talking about. We need to see a change. We need to see leaders that are normal. ZANU-PF is belittled Zimbabwe too much. ZANU-PF has lowered our standard as a country to something that is just beyond. It's beyond imagination. And I think it is high time that Zimbabwean people must begin to show up and say, no, we deserve better. We are people that can do much better than what we're seeing today being called some kind of development. There's no development that is happening in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is not moving. In fact, Zimbabwe is going back. We are going back to the stone age as a country. We are not rising as a country. So there is nothing really to write home about. Varakashi should just spare us. They must just give us rest. There is nothing. All these things that they are making noises about is not what we call development in Zimbabwe. It's far from what can be called development. So this is what we are looking at and what we are seeing happening. But, well, that is how it is when you are dealing with people that have failed. They celebrate over failure. They celebrate mediocrity. We want to see great things being done for the country, big things happening, and we need to see the country also competing with the other countries of the world. But we are far back because of ZANU-PF. We definitely need change. We need new leaders. Zimbabwe needs to start working again. Zimbabwe needs to rise again. So this is what it is, family. Just updates of what is happening in the country. Thank you so much for joining me on this show. We are going to be crossing over to the main channel where we are going to be giving you quite a number of stories that we are going to be talking about today. Let's come and caucus there, discuss and talk about the freedom of the Zimbabwean people. Remain blessed till we meet again.